Hello, Lost Marble. Um, just experiencing a strange effect, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'll show you what I'm working on. I'm just trying to make this little ant ride this bicycle. So what I've done is I've created a reference of the ant so that I can uh, put the body parts behind the bicycle and in front of the bicycle without too much effort. I just simply use the reference when I want it to be behind and hide the original. So I just got to a point where I was trying to make the abdomen here uh, pop between the front side and the back side of the bicycle. So right here it should be going behind the bicycle, and when it pops, when I turn it on or turn off the original. So apparently it's this way the whole way through. Let's take a look. Let's go to the beginning and we'll turn off the front one and you'll see what happens. So it's gone from the first. It's at the very beginning. It's different. All right. So what I'll do now is delete the reference and re-put it in and see what happens. So I've just saved my file so I don't lose anything. So we'll turn the front one back on and get rid of this duplicate one because it wasn't doing this. Well, it could have been. I don't know. I was only working with the legs. So, um, oh, I can't delete where I'm at. I got to be in the construction layer. And before I delete, let me show you exactly what it is doing. I did figure that part out. So we get to the part where it's gonna there anywhere actually. So if I go to the reference and to the body parts right here, these segments, so I can select each segment and see where it is in the body. And all the parts are there, they're just not in the right places. So there's the number 6, and then number 5, and then number 4 is way up by the body, and number 3 is way up by the body. Number 2 is up by the body where it should be down back by the backside. So if we look at the original and we go to his body parts, you can see they're all in the proper places. So I don't know why the reference is moving all those apparently from the beginning. So just want you to see what's going on. So let's hide this one, get rid of the other one. So we'll go back to the construction layer, and we're just going to delete this one, and it's not letting me delete it. What's going on here? I can go back and forth. I can bring this up. Let's delete layer. Taking a very long time, going into not responding. Of course, my characters are extremely complex. Alright, so there the reference is gone. We've got back to the original. We shouldn't have lost any of the activity. So see, the legs are disappearing on so that the back one, actually all 3 limbs, and now the back end disappears so that we should be seeing the back one. And then coming around, it should come back to the front. So that's all working. We'll go to the break or the construction layer, and we'll create a new reference. Now, of course, the reference is going to turn off the limbs just as the original does. That's basically how they work, I understand. And we're going to move this one behind the bicycle, or to occur before the bicycle does. I have an old computer, and so that's a lot of this, and there we go. All right, so let's give this a run, and well, let's just turn off the front one and see what happens. Okay, so now it's working again, or it's working. I don't know if they ever, never, if it ever did, but there we go. So let's see if it works when I do all the changes. So, all right, so turn our character on. Well, let's leave it off for the moment. And the leg comes up, and then right at that moment it disappears. So at this moment on the main character, or on the reference, we need to turn it back on. So it's the left front leg, front left leg, and we want it to be visible, and it will not. Why is that not? Oh, because I don't have the character's visual. Well, yes, I do. So front left leg should be visible. Oh, I need it to be visible on the the back end. It's not there. Why are we not getting that? So you can see. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was happening. I was wondering why my wings were too dark, but I realize now I should just turn those off on the back end one. So, am I going to have to turn it back on for the main character? And then turn it off? Let's see here. I get this a lot if I double click the main character. It goes into not responding before I get to it. So let's go back in here to the left front leg. And it's showing visible. Oh, because we're not on that frame. Let's go to this frame. And we're going to turn it back to visible. And apply. And okay. And then go back and turn it off. Oh, wait. Now we should be seeing it on the back character too. So let's see. No. Her back character's lower body is missing. Hold on. That shouldn't be happening. Here's the lower body. Why is it invisible? Oh. Oh, look what's happened to the abdomen. It's all over the place now, and the colors are wrong. So, there's definitely an issue here. I don't know what it is or how it's happening or what's causing it, but I should be able to do a reference, and I can't now. I don't. Looks like it's all gone wonky. Let's go to the beginning. Yeah, it's all gone wonky now. It's not just the abdomen. The legs and other parts are going crazy. Um, and that shouldn't be happening on the reference, unless I'm just misunderstanding how I'm supposed to be using the reference. Um, is there any reason this shouldn't work like this? Again, let's delete. Let's go to the start here. Delete this character. It must just be because my character's too complex. It's the only thing I can figure. I could put the bicycle within the ant and move the legs on the other side of the bicycle that way, but shouldn't a reference layer work? So let's play this through. We can see. Now that leg's showing because I turned it back on, but it should be invisible. So let's stop and again try to create a reference. Maybe if I move the ant down here first. I know that should make a difference, but maybe there's something in the coding that's causing it to happen this way. So we're going to make a reference layer. And everything that's happening in the main one should happen in the reference. Let's save this. I'm going to go File, Save As, and let's put it where I'm going to send it to you. So here we go. Any largette riding bike. Reference fail. Now, let me explain this character to you because you may not have watched who I am and what I've been doing with this. So I'm a computer programmer. I'm just learning animation. So just so you know where I'm coming from. All right, so we've got our reference. We're going to move it above the bike. So our original is behind the bike now. It'll be the one in front that we're going to be turning parts off and on. Maybe that's what I should be doing. So if we hit play, we can see that it's working. That's the reference that we're seeing. We're on the reference anyway here. Alright, so that's functional. Let's watch just the back ant. So here we go. That's just the back side. I haven't finished animating, of course. I'm still just working on this. And so that's why a lot of it's just static and not moving much. But all right, so it looks like maybe the problem was how I was using the reference. Let me work with this and I'll get back to you. Um, I'll keep recording, but I'm going to turn my microphones off and I'll get back with you later. Well, that didn't take long, did it? So, I don't know. Is the problem with my computer? Is the problem with your software? This is quite. Um, I don't know. It's the character is completely split apart. I don't know why. And the colors are changing. Everything is lost at this point. You can see that we've got some objects with outlines. Some objects don't have any outline at all. They're all in the wrong places, and yeah, it's only the written well, the reference. Yeah, the reference character, whether it's in front of the bike or behind, doesn't seem to matter. It's a reference is simply going wonky. Um, I'll send you the files and see what we can figure out here. But yeah, those are the legs and the foot's backwards. Hmm. And I have no clue what this thing up here is that just disappeared. It must be one part of the abdomen all out of distortion. This is kind of distorted here. This is certainly distorted here. And if it's not just me, the wings are definitely not following each other either. So, when I was first doing this and I was laying it out so that I could, you know, move a leg in place and all of that, um, I would see the reference layer moving much slower than the original. So I don't know what's going on here. And it was all working great to begin with. So what's going on here? This is the reference right here. Let's go ahead and delete it again. Okay, so all we've got is our ant and our bicycle. Oh, let me explain about the ant. It's a lot more complex than it looks here. In fact, if you'll notice, the character changes from the here to here. It's a different character. And the way I'm doing that is with digital DNA, and I'm using shy bones. So we show the shy bones, and that's all of these over here. This is what I'm calling digital DNA. Um, Select these bones and show their labels. So you can see each one of these affects the look of the character, and then once I've set what the look is, I simply hide the shy bones, and that maintains that character throughout the animation. But I can change the look of this character into literally an unlimited number, undecillions anyway, not unlimited, but so drastic that we can literally make a new character on the fly in moments. And so that's going to change what the character looks like, and I can still animate this character using everything I've done, so it maintains now this character. And I've also included colors, so we can change the deep colors of the reds that this character is. So it's easy to make a specific new character on the fly, literally. And yes, I do use white for all the way to the left if we want to make a coloring page with this character. I can move all these levers for the colors to the left, and now this character, no matter what, it's going to be white and black, and I can make a coloring page out of it. Of course, I need to do the same thing with the bicycle, which I have not done, but that's the point, is that this is a very complex character. There's a lot of actions that determine what this character is going to look like from our base character. So if we go to the construction layer, we're always going to see our base character. We can move the levers right now, of course, and see a pattern, but until we lock it in on the animation frame, the look doesn't stay for that look. So as you can see, I got antenna bones way out here, but the tips of her antennas, or his, are much shorter than the standard. So we go to the standard, and well, I guess they aren't that much difference, but I do have antenna size as one of the things that we can change easily to affect the character. And oh, that length I put on the body type. So let's see, body type here. So yeah, if I move that one, then the antenna length on the tips should change. But it's not. Why did I make those bones so long like that? I don't remember. But I probably meant to make those antenna tips longer on the bone body type, and I didn't put it in there. So anyway, that's why this character is probably giving us trouble, is because I've gone so deep with using the digital DNA to create new characters on the fly. And I'm doing this with all my characters, so if it's not supposed to be done, then maybe you guys should upgrade the programming. Seriously, I'm a computer programmer. I understand. That was a joke. So it's ready to go to you. I don't know what else I can demonstrate that is causing this, but it's really weird that I can duplicate it and it works once. So here's what it looks like for the character. Now, of course, with the digital DNA showing, I can change the character's look while the thing is happening. And now this character's got legs that are too short. So I'm not going to save this file with this altered character here, because those legs won't even pedal the bicycle. So, it works for some characters, but not all characters. So the character's height needs to be long enough to reach the pedals. So we got to change this. Oh, that's wings. I'm on the wrong one. Here we go. This one. So yeah, we just make the character a little bit taller. Now those legs should work. But we got a black and white character because I was playing with all the digital DNA here in the timeline. So anyway, I'm not going to save this. I'll save the one prior to this. So let's close this and reopen it without saving. And I get this all the time after the last update of not responding, not responding, not responding. So we're opening up that last one again. Yes, it takes this long all the time. And I've got a it's an SSD for the hard drive on this computer where we're doing the work. So here we are. We've got our reference character already. So let's see what's going on with it. Let's play. Okay, so there's the one. So they're both doing the exact same thing right now after opening the file fresh. Alright, so let's try to make a change. And we're going to go to where that first leg disappears. Right there. 42, I think. Nope, 36. Yeah, 36. Alright, so 36 frames. We want, first of all, we want the reference to be in front of the bicycle. So we're going to move it above it. Alright, so now, before anything else, I'm going to hit play. It still seems to be working. We'll turn off the front one, and we get the back one. The back one's working. The front one's working. We'll go through the whole 504 frames. Alright, so far so good. So now what we want to do is get all the legs working properly for front and back of the body. So 36. Now we want the original character's leg to show. So left front leg. I double clicked it. I shouldn't have double clicked the character. But maybe that's when it's happening. Let's find out. I'm getting this all the time. I just waited out, and there it is. That's where it's happening. So, if I had not double clicked this character's name, it may not have scrambled. Let's find out. Alright, so there it is, up and open again. So we're going to close this. Really slow. Okay. So, is it the reference character or the main character that's scrambled? Okay, so it's the reference. Okay, so the main character is still fine. So we'll go back to the front home, go back to home, delete this reference. This time I'll try to not double click on the character's name. So here we go. We're going to create a reference. So still waiting. There it is. All right, and we're just going to hit play to make sure everything's working. Okay, so the leg is no longer disappearing. Actually, it's, oh, the one in front is not showing. Okay, so that's functional. All right, so we're going to go into the front one, and we're going to go down to the, that's the bicycle. We want to move the reference first to in front of the bicycle. Oh, I did it in the timeline. Maybe that'll affect, no, because I don't have a sorted layer on this as a group, so that won't affect it. So let's start at the beginning. Hit play. And there we go. We've got it bicycling. They're both doing the same thing, otherwise we'd be seeing parts all over. So I can turn one off. So this is the one in front, all the parts staying in front. And we want that back left front leg to be invisible on the reference, but not on the original. Okay, so let's stop, go to the start, go to frame 36. Now at this point, we need the leg to be visible on the character behind the bicycle. So we're going to go to the front left leg, and it shows to be visible, but it's not. Oh, that's the wrong leg. I want the back left leg. So here it is, and it's off. Okay, so we're going to turn it back on and apply. Okay. So now alright, so basically we're not losing anything. Okay, so alright, so 36. We want the one that's in front of the bicycle to disappear. So yeah, it should be back left leg becomes non-visible. But we do want it visible on the main character. Alright. And okay. Now see at that point, right here, this leg should not be visible on the reference. And it is because I just turned it on the original. So, yeah, we want to turn it off here now. So, back left leg, non-visible, wrong leg. No, I don't want to see that one here. And the front left leg should also not be visible. There we go. So the back left leg should not be visible either. And there we've got our abdomen disappearing. We're going to need to fix that. So, oops. Alright, just so you understand, I have a spinal column implant, and every once in a while I right click when I don't intend to, which seems to have been what happened right there. Alright, so at what point does that, so at this point, right, okay, so here it should be in front, and then right here at 36, this leg should go behind. So this is the reference character, which is in front, so we want to turn off the front left leg. Or we want to turn, yeah. No, not that one. That one should already not be visible. No, it's still on this side of the bike. That's right. Okay. So it would be the back left leg that I'm looking at. Okay, so that one goes invisible. But the one in front should be visible. So the Andy character here, this leg should be visible. Alright. And then let's let it continue. So that went behind. That one's gone behind. So now those are behind. Now the abdomen. So the abdomen disappears right there. So the one in front should become visible here. And look, there we've got our mess up. That's when it started. So right then, I wanted to make the prominent image visible, and we've got our mess up on our reference. So this didn't happen to the main character, it happened to the reference character. And all of the parts are currently, just the abdomen is out of place. The more I do, the more it's going to get out of place. So let's turn off the one that's behind the bike. So now we're only looking at the reference. And so far you can see the reference is only losing it on the abdomen here. So segment 10 is there. 9 is way over there. Shouldn't be there. 8 is there. 7's in the right place. 6 is in the right place. 5 is not. 4 is not. 3 is not. 2 is not, but the tip is. So I'm so confused. I don't know why this is happening, and I need it fixed, because I can't do this type of animation where the character's body can be on both sides of the bicycle at the same time, but visible when I want, so that it looks like he's riding the bicycle. Or mounting and then riding. So, there's what is happening, and there exactly is how it happens. Now, if I double click on the character, I wonder if it gets worse. So there's the reference character. So we're going to apply and OK. We didn't change anything, but it's not responding. And I accidentally right clicked. If I turn my head wrong because I have spinal implant in my neck with little electrodes going off all the time, if I turn my neck wrong, it affects my hands. So there we go. We need this fixed. I'm sure it's because I'm going to such extremes with the character that I'm basically creating the digital DNA. It's possible, if I wasn't using digital DNA, that this might not be an issue. I don't know. All I know is I'm learning to use your software, and as a computer programmer, I understand how hard it is to track down errors like this. And that's why I'm trying to give you as much information about what's happening as possible. So there we go. If I let's go in and change something here. Let's use the head since we've not touched it before. I'll just make it invisible and apply and OK. So now the wings are in front of the head because the head is from the other character, but I don't see any problems. So now let's go back in and turn the head back on. I also click when I'm not supposed to, and my hand will jerk, or my thumb, because I use a trackball. My thumb will jerk way over or whatever. Another thing that you might want to look into is when you're working on a puppet and you're trying to scroll out, sometimes that scrolling goes to like that instantly for no reason. You just be trying to zoom out 1 or 2 steps and it'll do that. So I'm not getting it happen right now, but it does happen. So I don't see that we've changed anything to make it worse. But that's the problem I'm getting. Is it started with the abdomen, but then, as you've seen, other parts can be affected as well for some unknown reason. Thank you. Hope you can figure this out.